Good morning. I'm out here on the porch with what I feel like are old friends. In fact, Tim deRoos has kind of become an old friend of ours over the years. He has Infinite Health Centers. He's brought with him two of his now friends, Bobby and Rosie Maddron, who are long friends, as it turns out, of 3+U, and y'all are making me smile on the porch this morning. So good to have all three of you.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
And congratulations to the two of you. Together, almost 100 pounds that you've lost since March, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When they walked in the door, I know that you begin, Tim, your conversations with your clients about what they're going to kind of be committing to in the process and how it works. So you're looking for that passion, I guess, from them. Did you know right away you had it with these two?
Yeah, they really did. That, one thing that I do ask people is to have their whole head and their whole heart in it, because it is a commitment. And they did. They were ready. You could tell.
So, Bobby, I want to talk to you. Hold that microphone close so that we can hear, because you were sharing with me you've lost 62 pounds, right?
Yes, in 5 months under this program, I lost 62 pounds.
You and what you were so happy to share is that you did it all by following Tim's program, which didn't include going to a gym. You weren't having to work out to lose the weight.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly as I was telling you, I'd gone through. I had some lower back problems, which I had surgery just a few weeks ago to correct. I wasn't able to hardly walk some days, or walk to the mailbox and back, and it just hurt my legs. So when he said that, he doesn't have any gym equipment in there, he doesn't. He encourages you to do it, but I wasn't able to do any. I lost all of mine strictly on his weight loss program. One of the things I learned when I first started under his plan, under watching the video, it said follow a plan.
And you're an organized person, so that made sense to you.
Well, she's a lot more organized than I am, but I just says follow the plan, and I thought, well, I'm going to trust the plan. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
How hard was it, Rosie? Was it hard for you to follow it? Because you do kind of change the way you eat, right?
It was a little difficult at the beginning. You get more food than you can eat.
Oh, really?
I'm not used to eating that much food in a day's time, especially at breakfast. And but after you get into the flow of it, it's easier because you get plenty of food.
Why, Tim? Why so much food?
I'm laughing because that's one thing that I hear all the time, especially from the ladies, not so much the men, but the ladies will say, I don't know how I'm losing this weight eating this much. But in essence, you're getting a portion control, which causes some gradual stomach retraction. So you have that satiety sensed more readily as you go through the program.
Is it also the combination of foods? Because when you're eating breakfast, let's say, are you recommending that people eat a certain categories of foods and they work well together?
Well, not necessarily. What I see is when we reduce significantly the refined carbohydrates, it becomes easier to leave them alone, and it also becomes easier to stay eating this clean. So
You, Bobby, have been told by another doctor that you had already or were on the road to have type 2 diabetes, right?
Yes, I was. He diagnosed me in January or February this year as stage 2 diabetic, and just taking the pill. I didn't have to take the insulin shots, but after I started his program, just in 3 months, 4 months, I went back for more blood work, and I dropped my A1C from 7.4 to 5.7.
So no medicine.
No medicine now. No medicine now. And I wanted to add one thing when he's talking about his diet. Like I said, I'm following the plan and what she had mentioned, the food you get. The amazing thing on this, you don't count calories. Now, most people, are you kidding? I've had a lot of people ask me, what do you count how many? I said, I don't count them. He gives you a list of what you can eat, different meats, different vegetables, and the quantities for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which are ample, by the way. As she said, there's a lot of food. But you follow these plans, do eat these, don't eat this, and you'll lose weight.
What, Tim, if you're somebody who feels like you're already eating pretty healthy, might you be surprised to find out that either there are some refined carbs that you're not thinking are there, like you're using too many sauces maybe? Is that a problem that we have in our American diet?
Yeah, absolutely. Most people are victims of clever and repetitive marketing. A lot of people think that dairy is a health food, especially yogurt. And that's one of the most clever marketed junk foods there are.
Because of the sugar?
Right. The processing, the sugar, the elements that are in our commercial dairy, particularly once it's been pasteurized. A lot of people don't. That might be a point of contention with some people, but
Right.
the evidence shows what the evidence shows.
So did this end up, I know you're both retired, so I don't know what your eating habits were before, but did you find yourself making things from scratch more now as opposed maybe to going out to eat or buying pre-made things?
We actually buy more fresh vegetables now than we used to. We used to buy a lot of vegetables in the can and stuff like that. But noticing in the cans, I mean, even like a tomato. In the past, I always thought, well, tomatoes are healthy for you, canned tomatoes. But when you read on the label and see the sugar, the natural sugars from the tomato, but the added sugars, and I was stunned. I thought, wow. I mean,
Now, I can get into the weeds with you on a lot of things because there's so much, right? He's got patients and clients coming through the door always, and you're customizing the care for them.
Right.
So what worked for Bobby and Rosie might not work totally for
Exactly.
somebody else. Don't you also assess, I don't know how to phrase this, Tim, but like the health and balance of their liver and their kidneys, and there's sometimes supplements that you also used, right? Did that happen for y'all?
yes, ma'am.
Talk about getting into the weeds. A lot of my colleagues laugh at me that are doing the same model around the country. And they'll say, you spend a lot of time working with bowel function because there are more people who struggle with regularity than don't.
The gut is your second brain, they say, right?
Right. So I find a lot of people, I end up telling a lot of people, I know you didn't come to me to get your bowels straightened out, but it's so important for the detoxification
Yes.
piece that I almost feel necessitated to complete that portion. So
How much water are y'all drinking, and are you drinking the alkaline water?
we
Is
like
that
the alkaline water to be between 7 and 8.8. We don't like it above that. That's ideal. But they're drinking half their body weight in ounces.
Yeah, at least half her body weight in ounces. So it's and I'm still maintaining that. Although I'm off his program now, I graduated with honors. So
Look, you're clearly an optimistic guy.
oh yes, ma'am.
And you're obviously have a lot of energy, but I do have to ask you, I mean, y'all look great. And I had told Tim when he was here a few weeks ago that one of the things that always stands out to me is this glow in his clients' faces. Both of you, your skin looks so good. Did y'all find a difference there too?
I think so. Honestly, I do. And of course, you do. I'm not a vain person, but I do feel better about myself.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a shirt that I wore 20 years ago. That's hung in my closet all these years, and my
You're
wife.
good to let him keep it for 20 years, by the
No,
way.
she's been on me to get rid of this stuff, and I said, no, one of these days I might be able to wear it. I didn't believe it. But, here I am. I'm wearing a lot of stuff, and now I will say she looks a lot better in her skin than I do, though. Always
Is
has.
that the secret to your long marriage?
Yes, ma'am. It'll get me out of the doghouse. I usually stay there, so.
But do you feel a lot younger?
Yes, I feel much better, much better. Just to have the 30-something pounds I've lost already, 100% difference.
Now, are you still on the program, or are you happy
am.
with where you are? Okay.
I'm in my last month. Mine was a 6-month program.
Okay.
And
And I guess that's part of here you are a married couple, yet clearly each of you was doing it a little different. Is that
For
right?
him, he only needed 5 months to get to his goal, and then I needed 6.
And I guess touch on that because you are part marriage counselor because you have to let the wives know that their husbands are going to lose faster than they are. Why do y'all get so lucky that way?
Yeah, that's one of those things you take up with the Lord when you get there one day. But our final gender or sex hormone is testosterone. It's a fat burning hormone. Women, they convert that into progestins and estrogens, so those are fat storing hormones.
Okay.
So
I did want to mention one thing. You mentioned our goal. When we first go in, he asks you what's your goal, and is it attainable? He'll tell you, and how many months. So I told him my goal, and he said, "Well, you'll be in the program 5 months." I'm at about. I passed my goal before the 4th month was over, and I'm on my goal. I think I'm about 15, 16 pounds below my goal, what I wanted to weigh. But I don't worry. I mean, you just keep eating. following the plan, and my body will balance out at some point. It'll
Right.
say that you're taking enough in. So.
Well, here's what I'll say, parting words. So I know you told me before that people come to you from all over. I mean, they'll drive hours to get to you, and I know that, but you are in Cleveland, and Bobby was just talking about this friend and this person up there in that little Cleveland hub that have walked through your doors. It would be fun to get them all around a lunch table one day,
Wouldn't it?
talking and swapping their stories. Y'all have kind of got a little group of your own.
I'd love to do
up
that.
there.
As long as we eat healthy, I'll join him.
You picked two good ones this morning, Tim. You can be like them, happy, your skin's gonna look great, your marriage might improve. All types of things could happen to you if you give Tim deRoos a call. It's Infinite Health Centers up in Cleveland. The phone number and website there on your screen. Great to talk to y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Enjoyed it.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.